Hello everyone out there, welcome back to the Phantoms Fanatic YouTube channel. I am back with another review, and this week I am reviewing Day Shift, released this year in 2022 on Netflix, starring Jamie Foxx, Dave Franco, Carla Souza, Snoop Double D, Double Dog, and other people. The plot of this movie is that Jamie Foxx plays a dad who's like a dad who's estranged from his wife and daughter, and he needs to provide money for them so they don't move away from him because he's secretly a vampire hunter, not a pool cleaner. And then as he goes around killing vampires to get money for collecting their teeth, he's then teamed up with this weenie desk jockey at this Men in Black type agency played by Dave Franco as they go around killing people, but then the ancient vampire gets mad at him, and then stuff happens. So, yeah, this movie was not very good. There's a lot of problems in this movie, but I'm gonna start with the positives. Obviously, I think Jamie Foxx is doing a good enough job here. I always like seeing Jamie Foxx. Same thing with Snoop Dogg. I feel like he's doing a cool job in this. I always love seeing Snoop Dogg in movies. Even though his character is kind of nothing, he's played by Snoop Dogg, so I like. And then you also have some cool action scenes in the movie, and they do some new interesting ideas with vampires in this, and I feel like those ideas, yeah, cool that they did those ideas with vampires. Like, he has to, you collect the teeth, and if they're in good condition, they're sold for a certain amount, which I really do like that. And the fact that these vampires, like, they like contort and stuff like that, which I really like, even though in some scenes they do like stupid super speed motion, which I fucking hate. But yeah, the contorting and the fact that their blood is black and stuff like that. And there's some other ideas like you have to wash off a scent that's given onto you or else they can follow you. I feel like those ideas are really new and original for a vampire movie. But yeah, and as I said, there are some very entertaining, good directed action scenes, and the colorization of the film is very nice. And so now let's get into the bad things. Comedy doesn't fucking work at all for me. A lot of the comedy just kind of falls flat. It's kind of like a buddy cop movie where the inexperienced moron is helped by the badass Jamie Foxx as he pisses himself while Jamie Foxx goes around killing people, but he's a good hunter, even though he violates codes and stuff, and this is his last chance and stuff like that, which really didn't give me any care for the motivations. Like, his daughter and him have a fine relationship, and the motivation makes sense enough, but it's not a huge amount, and especially because his wife still seems fine with him, except that she lied because of his secret and stuff like that. It's really fucking stupid, and I do like, though, how fast they get over that when he's revealed that shit happens, and then, like, she's relatively on his side for the rest of this movie, which I like about that. But, yeah, the comedy really does not work. The plot is so fucking stereotypical with this, like, buddy cop, Men in Black style organization, and they have to keep everything secret, and they have to follow the codes and stuff like that. And of course, Jamie Foxx doesn't like following the codes because it's not the way he does things and shit like that. But yeah, it's just so standard and it really does nothing new. And the villain is fucking not interesting at all. And I don't know what this actress is doing because she's a white person speaking Spanish for half this movie. I don't fucking know. And there's like stylized like fucking subtitles like in goddamn John Wick, and I'm like, what the fuck is this movie doing? So yeah, that part really does not bring any new interesting ideas. I would like to see a vampire movie like this where vampires are known in the real world. Like, instead of being a secret organization, I feel like that would be a much cooler idea, but then you would maybe get like a shitty Bright type situation. I feel like this is very similar to Project Power, which I haven't seen, but it's a Netflix released movie that I would feel would work better as a TV show, and it has Jamie Foxx in it, and it has a cool concept, just not the best of executions, in my opinion. Yeah, and the plot and like the construction of the editing and pacing is really fucking bad. Like, there's a vampire who you know who's a vampire who's close to Jamie Foxx. They don't even explain why she turns. Like, that's the thing. Like, she turns to his side for no particular. Like, we learn nothing about this character. Same thing with Dave Franco. We learn that he's a pussy, and we're supposed to care for him at the end. And I'm like, no, I really don't. He's just an annoying asshole. The only characters that I semi care about is Snoop Dogg because he's Snoop Dogg and he fucking mows people down with a fucking handheld minigun, which is kind of cool. And I also say that the music choices, I do like what they do in this film with those. And the effects are also real shitty. Like, some of them hold up fine, and some of them are practical, which I like, but some of the CG effects really do not hold up, especially because it's a Netflix movie. This movie had a budget of $100 million, and the CG does not look like that. But yeah, it's just a very standard vampire hunting plot where the villain finds out who he is and then goes after them and shit like that. And as I said, there are interesting ideas explored with vampire lore in this, but it really doesn't do that much different. It kind of just turns into a Men in Black RPD type situation where the comedy doesn't land very well. And it's just like a standard buddy cop movie where you kind of really don't care for most of the characters except Jamie Foxx and Snoop Dogg, but you don't really care for Snoop Dogg because you don't know about him, but he's Snoop Dogg, so you care about him. It's weird. As I said, there are some interesting ideas explored, but it's relatively standard and not all that interesting in all that honesty. There are some interesting vampire ideas, and I can see this basic plot working as long as you get good writers and not have the plot feel so jumbled up and like paced very poorly, in my opinion. There was just something strange about this plot where it really didn't fit that well. You either needed to dive deep into the other characters and the villain, which you barely get anything from the villain because she's always talking in the same weird voice and delivering her lines in the same weird way, and you hear about this other type shit. Like, nothing is explained very well. And yet again, I said if this was a TV show where there was another season that would come up like this, it would work better, in my opinion, where you're setting up something, but it really does not work all that good. As I said, do I recommend this? As I said, the comedy is subjective, but the plot is very stereotypical. The pacing and the structure of the film is very confusing and convoluted, where characters make decisions that you don't completely understand why they make their decisions. But there are some entertaining action scenes, and most of the actors are giving it their all, and some of them make an entertaining performance, such as Snoop Dogg and Jamie Foxx. Scott Adkins is pretty cool in the movie for the couple minutes that he is in this. But yeah, the movie's relatively standard and not that all interesting. So if you want to give this a watch and you think you'll like, if you liked Project Power, I'm guessing you'll like this. Yet again, I haven't seen Project Power, but this is a very standard, not all that interesting movie that I do feel like could be more, it has the ability to be more interesting, either giving it more time as like a series or condensing it down and going more into the characters instead of just having them be jokey one stereotypical things that really don't work. Like the villain's plan, you don't understand what the fuck she's gonna do in this. Like, nothing is explained very well, and I think that's this film's worst quality. So watch it if you want to. If you see the trailer and you're like, I think I'll like that, then maybe watch it. But if you see the trailer and you're like, that doesn't look that good, I would say try to avoid it. It's really nothing special. There's a lot better movies that you can watch, like vampire movies like Lost Boys and other shit you can watch. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, subscribe down below if you'd like to share your comments with share your opinions in the comment section down below. I always like to see those. If you'd like to share this with everybody, I love to see the channel grow. And yeah, I have a question for you guys. Do you want me to start giving a rating system? Because I've always been on the mindset that I feel like a rating system cannot explain somebody's opinion in a movie entirely, so tell me if you guys want me to do that. And if you guys want me to, either tell me if I should give it a 1 to 5 rating or A, B, C, D, F ratings. Just let me know. Because, in my opinion, I don't think I need it, but I feel like other people might enjoy that kind of thing. So just let me know what you guys think about that. But I will see you all next time.